Good morning. Good morning, Papa. How are you? Did you dream? Oh, goodness. I'm so excited you woke up in time. Did you listen to the whole of the video or you just got us while we were almost finishing? I just want to say thank you. I know you know. You know, you know. You know, you know. Thank you so much. I had really missed you guys. I had missed you. I felt like the 2 days I had taken off for so long, but I had a reason. I know you will see it. I caught the last 5 minutes. Oh, go and listen to the whole of it. Go and listen to the whole of it. There's a whole good story. As you're doing your day, brushing your teeth, combing your hair, fixing your breakfast, it will keep you company. Awesome. So, for those who don't know me, I'm Layla. And as many as are here and are new, you're welcome. Please subscribe, like our content, share it with your friends, invite your friends to listen. And yeah, let's continue praying that we'll continue growing. Yes, that many people will get to hear these words. I believe they are very informative, they are very helpful, uh, and a lot of us need it. So I'm going to share my story, how I questioned God about marriage as a kid, as a child. I don't know, I think, okay, I'll do so. Oh, yeah, I did. I did. I did. Um, yes, so this time I remember we were going for so many weddings. My mom is a lover of weddings. I've told you guys that I've grown up with my stepmom, so I hope to that place you understand. I have been brought up by my stepmom, who was equally very amazing, very amazing. I mean, we just had our normal fights that any parent could have with a child, but we are friends. We call each other, we laugh out loud, and people ask, like, are you sure that's your mom? I'm like, so we used to go for weddings. Okay, my phone is giving me a lot of alerts. So we used to go for weddings with my mom, and every wedding I went, considering being a dark skinned child, and I'm talking to those who are struggling with feeling unpretty, and for those that are struggling with being a darker tone, you know, they're just, you're struggling with loving your body. And it happens. I've discovered that even the male go through it. They have a struggle within. Am I enough? Am I too tall? Am I blah blah blah? Am I attractive? So I'm going to talk about in the perspective of a little girl. I had that struggle as a darker skinned lady. Yeah. Yes. And particularly when I was growing up, I wasn't as girly-ish. I wasn't. I used to have, yes, dark skin is beautiful. And it's something that is being embraced more now than it was then. Than it was then. So we'll go to so many weddings with my mom. In fact, we will go for good weddings. I remember one beautiful wedding we went to was at a beachfront hotel, and another one happened in like a park, a forest, kind of a park. Very beautiful weddings, and all the brides were light skinned. Every bride was light skinned, and I used to wonder, like, so God, is it that only the light skinned women are the ones who will get married? Because clearly, I have never been to a wedding where I had seen a dark skinned lady getting married. I had never seen. And as we were growing up, before I got my two younger sisters, I was the only girl. Then a cousin of mine, um, my father asked that she used to come to our home and she liked the comfort at our home. She liked the fact that she would sleep on her own bed. I mean, my dad brought us up well. I can say I'm a little bit a spoiled girl somehow growing up. So we didn't share beds. So because I was the only girl, I would sleep in my bedroom by myself. And I think I was becoming more boyish because now I would play the games my brothers would play. I'd be in shorts, I'd wear their clothes. It was just a whole lot mess. So my cousin came for holiday and she said like, me, I want to go back and stay at uncle's place and be with Layla. And she's also called Layla like myself. But the difference is she's light skinned, very light skinned. Just like she was just super light skinned and chubby and beautiful in my eyes. She's beautiful for sure. And she was very, very, very beautiful. So she came, we started living together. Then she used to play with dolls. Remember, I grew up with brothers. So I didn't have any liking for dolls. I had love for cars, things like that. So my cousin would came and she came with her dolls. So it led to my dad having to buy me dolls. I started getting dresses. I used to wear dresses, but shorter dresses. I think that thing of short dresses, it's my dad who began it. So I'm gonna go on. I will not stop, even in old age. So we would go for weddings, and all the brides were light skinned. And if a bride was dark skinned, she would be bleached. I'm telling you guys the truth. She would be bleached until she became light skinned. On the day of the wedding, you're like, oh my gosh, where's the bride? You're looking for the normal person, she's dark skinned and this, and then voila, you come and see a very light skinned lady. And I used to ask God, like, wait a minute. So, God, do you mean that only the light skinned ladies will get married? Because I have never seen a dark skinned bride. And I questioned God so bad because I got so emotional. I remember this time we were hosting the bride. The bride was my mother's cousin. She was, I think I was around 12 or 13. 12. I used to question it all the time, but it hit me harder when I was around 12. 12, yeah, 12, 13, thereabout. It hit me harder then. And she was staying at our place and she even left from our home. I mean, our home is pretty good. Till this year, I told you guys, if you listen to my prophetic was that this year, 3 brides were hosted from my parents' home. Yes, because it's a spacious house. It's beautiful. I hope to beautify it. I hope to beautify it further. So we were serving the bride. I was there helping cooking with her, and she was living in one of the excluded rooms that we had for guests. And on her wedding day, when she was walking down the aisle, I got emotional and I was mad at God. I was just like, there's something wrong, God. I don't like how biased you are. How is it that only light skinned women are the only ones who seem to wear the gown, walk down the aisle, seem to get married? And I was disturbed. And I was so angry. I was so emotional. Tears were welling up. And I told God, then I don't think I'll ever get married. I remember saying those words. I think I'll never get married because clearly you don't like dark skinned girls. So I don't know who's gonna marry me. I don't know who's going to like me in my complexion. And I don't think I'll ever wear a gown. But since that time, God began to build a desire in me to understand that my beauty is in many dimensions. And one thing I know is I'm very smart. I'm very smart. It's annoying sometimes. And the men who are not confident in themselves feel shaken with my presence or with how I think and how I come up with things, how I do my things single handedly, even in my singlehood. So my cousin was also Layla. So when we were at home, jokingly, our aunties started calling us. So if they say Layla, we all respond yes, or sometimes none responds. We say which one. We ask, which Layla are you calling? So they'll say, the dark Layla or the light skinned Layla. And it went on for years. So I'd say it in Swahili. So in Swahili, they'll say Leila Mweusi. So that is me, Leila Mweusi, the dark Leila, the dark skinned Leila. That is me, Leila Mweusi. Then Leila Mweupe was my other cousin who was light skinned. It really didn't mean much, but I discovered that I didn't even know that I wasn't as dark as I felt by how they would call me, because I used to think I was really dark. And I used to think that maybe I'm not beautiful, that's why they call me in the color of my skin. And I remember by that time, I also had a cousin who was very dark skinned. Now, the sister to my namesake, she was the only dark one, and her sisters were light skinned, including her mom. And she was very thin. She never liked herself. As I'm talking about it to this day, she bleached herself to become light skinned so that she fits in to look like she's part of her family, because her mom and her two sisters are all light skinned and she was the only one who was dark, and she really hated herself. Even though she went into beauty pageant programs and she had a very good slender body shape. She was so cute. She looked like those black American models. She didn't see it because nobody affirmed her that she was beautiful. Everyone was focusing on the light skinned others. I thank God because I'm a very confident child, and since childhood, so it didn't bother me whether you think I'm beautiful or I'm not. I was just like, according to me, I think I'm exactly how I like myself to be. And if I can't depend on my beauty, then I can depend on my brilliance. And when God began to minister to me about marriage, because as I kept on growing up, I began to discover that I was meeting men who were all proposing marriage to me. But the difference is those were just quick fire proposals. They were just not the kind of marriages I would want to be in. And as we are speaking, my other cousin who was light skinned, I think sometimes you build things in a child's mind and they derail them. So she felt she was so beautiful. She could rely on beauty. She got married. That marriage didn't treat her well. She got out. And I think she's gotten depressed because, sometimes you're feeling like, I'm so beautiful, I should be married. Yeah. So, yes, that is one thing that really bothered me. But over time, God has undone the lie, and I started seeing dark skinned ladies. And I had one particular guy friend of mine who said he loves, loves, loves dark skinned women. And true to his word, he married one of my dark skinned friends. I introduced him to her and he married her. I was just like, oh my God, for the first time. And I was so excited. And that thing broke something off me. And I began to see myself as marriageable, beautiful, even in my dark skin. So, my ladies here, gentlemen who are here, some gentlemen don't like it that they are dark, or maybe you could be the one with a darker shade than everyone else and you're feeling like you're not good enough, or maybe you're struggling with skin breakouts or with skin issues or a visible body deformation. I was watching the wedding of a woman living with disability. She doesn't have her lower limbs, and her husband carries her, helps her around, and I was just like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So if you're struggling with the feeling of feeling pretty and pretty, I'm too dark skinned, I'm too light skinned, I need to be this, I need to be that, please don't. You're beautiful the way you are, and God has somebody in store who says you're very virgin beauty. You're very virgin beauty. As it is, with or without makeup, you're lovely. Corey says, our father has many daughters of all shade and they are all beautiful. Yes, true. Yes. I'm having a bad moment about this colorism. Even here in the USA, this happens. Oh my God, it's sad. Yeah, it's so sad. And I have always taken it to myself never to. I try to encourage little children who are dark skinned. Yeah, I call them beautiful, I call them pretty. I affirm all children, light skin, dark skin, all of them, because some of them could be light skin, but they don't feel beautiful as they are. So let us have this culture of telling our children, young, older, male, female, tell them they're beautiful, tell them they're handsome, praise the tone, the skin tone they were given. Teach them to love themselves. Don't make people hate themselves just because of a shade, of a skin color that God gave them. Yeah, so that's my little story. I've never shared this with anyone. I think this is the first place I have shared it. I kept it to myself for so long. Yes, Girl Meets Kingdom. I'm glad I learned to embrace my darker skin. Yes, it's a journey. It's a journey, you know. So I think this is the last video for the day. Let me not say last. Maybe God will bring me here later on. Yes, but we've had such a good conversation. For the 2 days I've been away, we've had a lot of ministration happening. So I believe you're all blessed. I believe you're all blessed. So bye bye. Let me go and eat lunch. I need to go and have lunch. I think it's lunch stroke dinner because now it's 20 minutes to 5 p.m. where I'm at. So guys, if you're new, subscribe, like, comment in the comment section below. And we'll catch up when you see me live. Maybe I'll come on later, but I'm not so sure. So if not today, then tomorrow. Bye. Bye, Corey. Bye, Girl Meets Kingdom. Who else was here? It was just the two of us. And that is, if you have skin breakouts, stop eating carbs for 2 weeks. Bye. Yes, and also sugar. I discovered also sugar. When you cut out on sugar, your skin also heals. Carbs, sugars, particularly processed sugars. I tried it for like 3 months and I saw a difference as well. Much love from Oregon. Yes. I received much love from Kenya. Bye bye. Let me hear your comments in the comment section below about what we have spoken about today. Let me hear your comments in the comment section below. I love to read and hear. Yes.